Hello guys and welcome to another Dark Star 2 cast. I'm the Mish King and here we are again on Belshire Vestige or Vistage or however the hell stage you like to say it. Hoi hoi hoi. And we got Dark Star's very own Socialist, the red Zerg in the bottom right hand side of this map. Top left hand side we have none other than druidz, Duggi, the blue Terran player. And really quickly I just want to give a shout out to Whatnet, the guys which are our new sponsor, our first sponsor. And yep, those guys are freakishly awesome. They do host Mumble and other services. Do check them out at whatnet.com, and also do follow them on Twitter at whatnetcom, and do check us out as well on Facebook at Darkstar and also on Twitter at DarkstarSC2. Also check me out at the Mish King. And now, since all those formalities are done, there seems to be some Swedish formalities going on over here in the chat. And knee competitive, not sure what has been going on over there, but these guys seem to know each other. And sponsorer, yeah, Whatnet, awesome. And what is going on in the game currently? Nothing much. Gonna be seeing a pretty standard opening from both players by the looks of it. And yep, this map is actually pretty cool. It's got a nice little area over here where you can just plop down your broodlords or your colossus or your siege tanks over here just to like defend this choke or help to defend it. But there's a very nice wide open choke over here. And yep, just some of the great players of this fine team. And looks like Refinery is going to be coming down. Could possibly be seeing a Reaper opening or possibly a Factory Hellion opening. Socialist is going to play pretty standard, going for the pool, going for a hatch first, most probably into the pool, waiting some time before he throws his pool down, and there we go. Just a little bit over, but I do believe he's busy typing. Otherwise, he will never fail. He is not that. He is awesome, man. He's awesome. You know, he's not a scrub nub, unlike yours truly. And it looks like the Terran player is getting up his orbital command. I'm really curious to see what tech choice he will be going for. And here we go, Reaper. So this shit will actually get very real, as Reapers are very, very difficult to fend off if you do not have speed, if you do not have the queens out, because Reapers can just like pretty much poke and then just come back for round 2. And this supply depot looks pimped out, man. I want to see a Pimp My House version of this, or MTV Cribs version of this actually. Pimp My Ride, it relates to cars, so Hellion, Pimp My Ride any second. And yep, cannot bring up the chat that way. I do believe it might be F11 or something, but yeah, let's just focus on the StarCraft 2 action. And here we go, natural. Looks like the expand is coming down for the Terran at his natural. So he's going to be trying to keep up in the macro, and the first Reaper is on the field, not making any additional Reapers, going for Factory instead, most probably going to be transitioning into some Hellion action, as Reapers do not get that speed upgrade that they used to. And here we go, the Lings having to be microed like beast-like. And it looks like he's trying to make sure that these Lings are as cost efficient as possible. He can afford to actually lose the Lings, can't really afford to lose the drones. And there's one drone. Oh wow, that was some really nice play there by Socialist. This game of cat and mouse, but it looks like the queen is finally out. Socialist opting to just inject because he knows that he can't really pick it off. When I say pick it off, I mean pick off this Reaper, of course. And yeah, we should be seeing speed anytime soon. If Socialist opts for the Ice Fisher build, it could be somewhat difficult to be able to defend it off, but it looks like, interesting enough, yes, we will be seeing a Reaper transition into pure bio, or possibly even a Widow Mine or two. Nope, going to be sticking with Hellions for now, into maybe some Widow Mine bio play. And Roach Warren has been thrown down. And it looks like the Queen is trying to be as defensive as possible, just relying on slow Lings and slow Queens right now, not getting any additional Queens up, as I do believe this might be an all-in, as it does look like it. There are a lot of larvae. There's actually 7 larvae that has yet to be used by Socialists right now, and it looks like there's going to be some Hellions coming in. And yep, we're looking at a Roach Rush. There will be no speed for the Zerglings, but the question is, will Socialist? Yeah, I do believe he will be saving up for the speed, possibly, but looks like he's just trying to have a game of cat and mouse. But this Reaper has become super scary, as the Hellions have come to help aid it. And here come the Roaches. Roaches now moving across the field, and they've picked off the Reaper, so there won't be any more shenanigans from that Reaper. And it looks like possibly we could be seeing some Widow Mines, but the Terran player does not have the gas as of yet, and he's only on marine tech. And when I say marine tech, I mean basic marine tech, as there is no stim as of yet, and this timing should actually hit at a really juicy point. And 2 evolution chambers are being made, so this is by no means an all-in, and more drones are being made behind this. And here comes the metabolic boost for the additional Zerglings, reinforcing if he can kill this Terran straight up. It just depends on how much damage he can do. It looks like the first Marine will in fact fall. Marines barely tickle roaches, and it looks like a couple of SCVs have actually fallen, and it looks like druidz Duggies in a bit of a problem. But here comes, oh, the Marauder needs to get inside, and no, the roaches have made a beeline straight from the Marauder, and oh snap, it looks like finally there were a couple of Widow Mines that have finally come out, and it looks like the Zerg player Socialist cannot kill out his opponent outright, but he's just going to be trying to do as much damage as possible, as he has invested a lot of resources in this strategy. And we can see behind it, he is getting his +1 melee and carapace, as he knows there will be mostly bio-mech, and mech only in the sense of these Widow Mines, and he cannot go up this ramp, man, because those Widow Mines do terrible damage. He could have actually sacrificed the 1 roach, but right now he wants to make everything count. And we're looking at some starports. The Marauder with their concussive shells upgrade is on the way, and a 3rd base is now being established for Socialist. And Socialist also, I do believe he did get the no, did he not? Pneumatized carapace. Yes, no, actually I do believe he did get pneumatized carapace, but then cancelled it, and it looks like 1 single roach was killed. Its little claw was actually hanging over there. It's kind of cool. And it looks like the Widow Mines have now been set up on the low ground, so the Terran has finally resecured actually his natural, and you could actually afford to send one of these mules to the closest patches, as you want to be as efficient as possible with those mules. And mules can actually only mine 1 patch. They can only assign a single patch to 1 mule. So more epic Swedish talk, which I have no idea what it means, but I will read it anyway. Aldrig set on son har built förut Gallet Stark Jew. I do believe he is talking about Game of Thrones and the House of Stark, and he's like tack because he finds it somewhat tacky. And there are just random lings over here in the western position of this map. And it looks like the medevac is just like, whoa, you've been busy, guys, and you without face, because he knows these guys have been busy. So the medevac is making him guilty. Drones now just going to be sent to this 3rd, and it looks like the lings are trying to be as annoying as possible. Keeping a ling over here along with an overlord could actually afford to cover it with creep. And here comes a spire, so we could be seeing some ling spire play. Possibly with some roaches sprinkled in, just for flavor. And right now we got a huge move out of units, and there is no baneling nest, no centrifugal hooks that I can see at least. Is there any baneling nest? Oh, actually that does not seem to do it. Huh. Odd, because I was like, this should actually be the structures, but apparently T doesn't really work for me. It just keeps toggling this, even though Alt isn't even on. And there we go, apparently Alt was on, but here we go. Big action in the front. Will Socialist go in or not? The Widow Mines are keeping him at bay. Yes, there in fact is a baneling nest, and those are indeed banelings. Here comes the Widow Mines, and it looks like there is enough to help clean this up. Socialist is gonna go balls deep, bringing in an Overseer so he can just pick off everything. Looks like the Widow Mine will be cleaned up, and Socialist, well played actually. He just ended up having more than his opponent and managed to power his way through. No changeling tricks for this guy. And what are we seeing over here? Nothing much over here. Just what could possibly be a counterattack. And Centrifugal Hooks is actually halfway done. And WTF, Vem fan R dit real account. And he's apparently a fan of the real account of George R.R. Martin. And what are we seeing over here? Just a lot of medevacs, man. Just 1 medevac per man seems to be the new strategy from the Dominion. And a few Mutalisks are actually on the field. We are looking at a total of 6 at the moment. 3 more are about to pop. And it looks like this is going to be somewhat difficult for the Zerg player to break. The Widow Mines really need to burrow. And it looks like the Terran is going to be trying to put on some more aggression, and we could see Socialists establishing this base over here. There's just so much action. Oh, it looks like these roaches have been completely caught out of position, and the Widow Mine's actually just blocking some of the roaches, and it looks like this one roach will live to tell the tale of his long-lost brothers. That died a horrible death, and it looks like this base, which is about to be established, is about to be demolished. And it gets immediately cancelled. Socialist knows that he really can't hold it, as there's just way too much DPS, and more banelings are being morphed on the way. And these mutalisks trying to find a way in, trying to just poke in. Mutalisks do have nice regen now, but yeah, the DPS still pretty darn good, and +1 is nearly done. Those hero marines do significant damage. It looks like, I'm not sure what happened over there, but apparently the payload has actually popped in. A lot of the banelings do explode and do terrible damage. It looks like the Widow Mines have been cleaned up. Excellent play from Socialist, making sure to punish his opponent greatly. And it looks like these marines trying to desperately save the medevacs, but Socialist, oh wow, apparently that was a massive break. I am not gonna read all of this, guys, unless you really want me to. Ha ha ha. Anyway, it looks like no third base as of yet from the Terran player. Still only on 2 base. You can afford to be, because the tech doesn't really cost that much, other than these Widow Mines, which I do believe cost 150 if I'm not mistaken. So much action. Actually, no, just 75 and 25, which is kind of obscenely cheap, but still, Widow Mines, still a pretty good unit, and it looks like everything is about to be caught out of position. The Widow Mines just burrow in and everything runs away, because they know that they can't really engage this particular fight. And that random SCV is like, get me out. This other SCV is like, whoa, bro, I am not going in. And look at all these majestic banelings being morphed in as we speak. More Widow Mines just being spread all over the place. And finally, a third base is on the way. No orbital, because he doesn't really necessarily need an orbital, as he does have these Widow Mines, which should be more than enough to help deal with run-bys, depending on how Socialist really executes his strategy over here. And let's see, this one medevac will be picked off, and it looks like that one Marauder was on a one-way trip. And oh, the Widow Mines detonate, killing a lot of stuff, but everything has been spread, and oh wow, just not enough Widow Mines at the moment. And Javlik Braspelet, Jim Braspelet, GG, well played. I do believe he is somewhat grim and would like a new sports bra. But yep, that is the game. Socialist takes it. Really quickly, just want to thank our sponsor, Whatnet. You can check those guys out at whatnet.com. They're really awesome. They're a hosting site which hosts Mumble services, etc. And also follow us at Team Darkstar, man. We're awesome. We're pretty awesome, and I do believe I have pimped us out enough. So you guys...